Xiao Yan witnessed Xun Er unleash the Golden Emperor Burning Sky Rock technique, instantly obliterating over 10 Dou Zong experts. His reaction was one of shock, and he wondered why the glazed lotus heart flame within his body was so apprehensive. Venerable Skyfire shattered the icy barrier of the Ice River Valley with a single punch, leading Xiao Yan and his companions to initially believe they could escape the pursuit of the Soul Palace and Ice River Valley. However, Venerable Ice tore through space and pursued them to Nightheart City, intending to capture Xiao Yan. Upon his arrival, his fierce gaze locked onto Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan and his companions gathered cautiously, tense and desperately searching for a way out. Xiao Yan, having recovered some Dou Qi, contemplated using the Annihilation Fire Lotus, but knew it would be their only chance. Meanwhile, Xiao Yan resolved to hold off the enemy, buying time for them. Venerable Ice's gentle, spine-chilling voice beckoned Xiao Yan to follow him, but she retorted coldly, attacking him with her eerie poison qi. Venerable Ice absorbed the attack with ease, expressing his desire for Xiao Yan's innate eerie poison body to enhance his own acquired one. Xiao Yan and the others were stunned, realizing that Venerable Ice also possessed the eerie poison body. With a dark smile, Venerable Ice summoned a black hurricane that swept toward them, forcing Xiao Yan and Venerable Skyfire to shield Xiao Yan. Their Dou Qi barriers were quickly eroded by the black snowflakes. As the black dragons lunged at them, Xiao Yan's flames intertwined, forming an illusory fire lotus in his palm, though his face paled as the dragon approached. Just before the black dragon struck, space distorted, and an aged figure shattered it, revealing a youthful silhouette. An ethereal voice echoed, warning that the Ice River Valley would cease to exist if harm came to ice. The snowflakes froze and melted into ripples, and Xiao Yan's fire lotus dissipated as he whispered Xun Er's name in disbelief. Venerable Ice's expression shifted, his gaze fixed on two aged figures, while a noble, ethereal young woman in green robes approached Xiao Yan. She gently placed her hand on his head, her eyes shimmering, and softly called him Brother Xiao Yan. Overcome with emotion, Xiao Yan pulled her into a tight embrace, while Xun Er, though momentarily stiff, did not resist. The two black-robed elders exchanged hushed words, acknowledging Xun Er's judgment and noting Xiao Yan's heritage as a descendant of the Xiao clan. The conversation between the two black-robed elders continued, acknowledging that gaining the Xiao clan's approval would be no simple feat. Venerable Skyfire and Xiao Yan were both taken aback by the scene before them. Venerable Skyfire was astonished that Xiao Yan knew such powerful figures, while Xiao Yan felt a tinge of sadness in her heart, recalling that Xiao Yan had spoken of Xun Er before, stirring a slight feeling of envy. Xiao Yan held Xun Er tightly, and her bright eyes filled with tenderness. Her gentle voice eased the exhaustion in Xiao Yan's heart, as she softly reassured him not to blame her for not being by his side all these years. Xiao Yan, collecting himself, smiled and released his embrace, gently stroking her head. Noticing his injuries, Xun Er inquired if he was hurt, but Xiao Yan dismissed his wounds with a gesture toward the destruction in the city, noting that others had suffered worse. Xun Er's gaze shifted to Venerable Ice, her eyes igniting with golden flames. She assured Xiao Yan that she would handle the rest, to which he nodded in agreement, realizing he could not force himself further. Venerable Ice, now glaring at Xun Er, questioned her identity and asserted that this was a matter concerning the Ice River Valley. Xun Er, with a faint smile, retorted at the valley's domineering nature, her calm demeanor unnerving Venerable Ice, who was already on guard. He declared that he only wanted the eerie poison lady and was willing to overlook Xiao Yan's involvement, but he would not spare her. Xun Er and Xiao Yan exchanged glances, coming to a silent understanding. Qinghai, eager to resolve the matter, urged Venerable Ice to take action against Xiao Yan personally. The atmosphere became tense as Venerable Ice stated that no one would leave the city, his expression darkening with displeasure. Qinghai let out a sinister laugh, mocking anyone who dared to speak to the Soul Palace in such a way, but Xun Er, unfazed, calmly responded that his words lacked weight as he was not qualified. As tensions escalated, golden flames flickered gently in Xun Er's hand, amplifying the oppressive atmosphere. Venerable Ice prepared for battle, summoning black ice spikes, while the two black-robed elders stepped forward to assist Xun Er. A white-haired elder provoked Venerable Ice, summoning an earthen wall to effortlessly block his attack, forcing Venerable Ice to respond cautiously. Meanwhile, the other elder moved toward Qinghai and the Sky Twins. Qinghai, seeing the imminent danger, coldly ordered Ganda to kill Xiao Yan. Despite hesitation, Ganda and others charged toward Xiao Yan and Xun Er, with the Sky Twins commanding the Ice River Valley elders to assist in capturing Xiao Yan. As the pressure mounted, Xun Er stepped forward, golden flames flickering to life in her hand. Xiao Yan, stunned, watched in awe as her flames danced at her fingertips, distorting the surrounding space and leaving faint black trails in the air. This flame was unlike any he had ever seen before, and even the glazed lotus heart flame within him trembled with fear at its presence. The glazed lotus heart flame, which was a fusion of the green lotus core flame and the falling star flame, ranked 9th on the heavenly flame ranking, yet its power was formidable enough to place it within the top 10. Xiao Yan was perplexed, wondering what kind of terrifying flame could make even his glazed lotus heart flame tremble. He thought about the two golden flames on the heavenly flame ranking, the 7th-ranked 9 nether golden ancestral flame and the 4th-ranked golden emperor burning sky flame. Could the flame in Xun Er's hand be one of them? Before he could dwell further, Ganda and the others launched their assault, sending Do Chi blades toward Xiao Yan and Xun Er. Xun Er raised her hand gently, and a golden flame barrier instantly materialized, blocking the attack effortlessly. With a soft utterance of "explode," the flame barrier erupted into over 10 beams of golden fire, piercing through Ganda's defenses and those of his allies. Their Do Chi shields crumbled like paper, leaving bloody holes in their chests. The onlookers were horrified as their blood evaporated upon contact with the flames. Those from the Soul Palace and Ice River Valley felt their life force draining rapidly, collapsing lifelessly to the ground. Despite the lack of precision in the golden flame beams, they managed to take down numerous experts. Witnessing this, Ganda and the others were overwhelmed with terror and hastily retreated. They realized, with dawning fear, that the young woman in green robes was far more dangerous than Xiao Yan. In just one exchange, the experts of the Soul Palace and Ice River Valley suffered heavy casualties. The survivors were left in awe, wondering what kind of monster this woman was to defeat them so easily. Ganda and the others, pale with fear, glanced at Xiao Yan, who was just as stunned. Xiao Yan muttered with a wry smile, "You've always been ahead of me." He realized that compared to Xun Er, his own achievements still felt lacking. Xun Er, hearing his words, consoled him, reminding him that, while she relied on her ancestors and bloodline, Xiao Yan had reached great heights through his own efforts. She reassured him that in a true comparison, 10 of her would not even measure up to him. She then turned her attention to the icy barrier, flicking her finger to send a flash of golden light that tore through the barrier, restoring the temperature to normal. Black figures appeared in unison, bowing to Xun Er while keeping a vigilant watch over their surroundings. In the distance, Qinghai and the Sky Twins were being held captive by the black-robed elder, gradually losing consciousness under his immense power. High in the sky, two figures clashed violently, creating deafening booms. The white-haired elder laughed heartily as he unleashed brilliant green and gold light from his palm, performing profound hand seals. "Ha! Try my swallowing heaven seal, old man!" Xiao Yan's brow twitched at the mention of this technique, realizing it was the #1 ultimate skill. Venerable Ice, equally shocked, recognized the name and was left in disbelief. He turned to look at the youthful figure in the distance, horror dawning on his face as he realized he's actually from an ancient clan.